Welcome to a special episode of Wall Watch, where we see how women respond to hitting the wall. Today is probably going to be one of my most important conversations because it'll answer a few questions. Those questions being, why do older men prefer younger women? Why is it harder to date an older woman? And why should a woman focus on getting married younger? Spoiler alert, menopause. Now, here is a video to actually back this up. So what I want you guys to do is join this conversation. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Most importantly, comment under this video. My name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet, and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal. So here we go.
All the men who think their wives have gone insane. Your wife is probably between the age of 35 and 45. She has no libido. She has no interest.
Really quick, I just had to stop. 35 to 45. This is what Kevin Samuels was calling the danger zone. I just wanted to put that out there. She's confirming what is being said. Anyway, let's continue.
And being intimate with you. In fact, you breathe wrong. You smell wrong. You're doing everything wrong. She has no motivation. She's tired all of the time, not just as an excuse at night, but literally tired all the time she's taking naps. She never did that before. You're wondering, where did my wife go? She doesn't participate in any of the hobbies that used to.
Where did my wife go? This is an important, fellas, if you do not know that menopause is coming, this is why I make the videos I make, because men are trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? What happened? What could I have done better? Like, what happened? It probably was postpartum or menopause, or it was both. Now, as we hear what this woman is explaining, I can tell you I've been through a lot of it. In fact, let her finish because I keep interrupting her.
Light her up. You don't remember the last time you have seen her lit up. She complains a lot about her body aching. She's taking a lot of ibuprofen, maybe a little extra wine. She just feels and looks meh. And it doesn't seem like any amount of romance, helping around the house, motivation, nothing you do is helping. Maybe you're even already going to marriage counseling because she thinks it's you. She probably already went to her doctor and asked for help with libido and her tiredness and all of it. And her doctor probably said, it's probably your marriage. And so then she came home and signed you up for marriage counseling. Or maybe I'm talking to the man that it's too late and you're hearing this after you've been separated or divorced. This is perimenopause. It is destroying relationships because nobody, no doctors, not the women and not the men, know that this is happening, and everyone is blaming the husband and the relationship.
Now, I know that this is happening. The reason that I know that this is happening is because I experienced this. Now, I often tell you guys that I'm married, divorced, and I have 2 children. So, okay, you definitely dealt with postpartum if you were there for both children, and I was. Now, what I never really talk about is how much older my ex-wife was. She was 11 years older than me. The reason why that's important is because when she started to experience menopause plus postpartum, it was the most hardest thing for me to deal with. And what I remember saying to myself in those days and times was, oh my gosh, I am too young to be dealing with these type of problems. Like, her health issues were crazy to me, and I knew it was, I didn't really know that it was menopause, but everything that this woman just said, the irritation, helping around the house, nothing that you do matters. The reason why I connected with this video was because I experienced these things. When I hear women complaining about a man who doesn't help with washing the dishes or doesn't help with the kids, what I start to see is that maybe she's right, but maybe she's going through menopause. And the reason why I'm saying that is because even when I took care of those things, there was something else that she complained about. This is why I say you cannot satisfy a woman. It is impossible. Right now, other statements that have a different meaning to me is, it was just your turn. She did you a favor. She did you a favor. You don't understand that until you've went through menopause. When I hear a woman say, "Can you handle me?"
New York, get the together like nobody else wants you. You might as well be with me. God, she trying to pull out astrology.
I'm like, can I handle that menopause? Probably not. Here's the thing, right? When we first meet people, a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, you didn't really meet her. You met her representative." I say, okay, well, did you meet her angel or did you meet her devil? Because if you met her devil first, oh my gosh, fellas, it's going to get worse. Men, we get into a relationship hoping that the woman does not change, but a woman hopes that you do change. The reason why she hopes you change is because, one, she wants to live a better life, but because she's going to change. And because she's going to change, she needs you to change. Because if you have the same mentality that you did before her postpartum and before her menopause, while she's going through menopause, you will experience hell. In fact, you're going to experience hell. So I know you think that you can handle it, but this is one of the reasons why older men do not want to date older women, because knowing this or not knowing this, it still exists and is much harder to deal with an older woman, because when her menopause kicks in, there's about 8 different types of menopause. Matter of fact, hold up. There's about eight different types of menopause. I did a simple Google search because, again, this is something that I have experienced with my ex-wife. And so when I see it happening with other women, I'm like,
it would trigger him to come back at me with things where I was like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Here are the 8. You have perimenopause, right? The main thing here is the fluctuating hot flashes, the mood swings. The mood swings and the hot flashes, oh my God. Continuing on. Menopause, perimenopause, natural menopause. And this happens after the age of 52, which we heard Halle Berry talking about, or I did a video on Halle Berry talking about it.
And that sent me on my own reconnaissance and my own researching. And that's when I came up with dry vagina syndrome that women have when they're in perimenopause. And I had all the symptoms of what that felt like. And I realized, oh, I'm 54 years old. They say, I learned that perimenopause can start in your late 30s even, and early 40s.
Yeah.
And I thought, clearly, I'm 54. But at that point, nobody had really had a serious conversation.
Then you have surgical menopause, premature menopause, and then sudden menopause. Now, all of those things have to do with a woman's ovaries, right? And because it's dealing with her ovaries, it's literally something that's messing with her libido. Now, here's something interesting, right? I haven't come across too many older women who have a low libido, but all of that other stuff. You think this woman is crazy. This woman has literally lost her mind. Yes, that definitely happens. That's one symptom that I have definitely experienced. The next one is you doing everything wrong. You being blamed for everything. Oh my gosh, you can only take so much of that. This one is a big one, and this is the woman being tired all the time. The woman having an achy body. This one is special. It's special because you're gonna have those times where you don't believe her. And if she's, depending on if she likes you, loves you, this could be an excuse, or this could literally be her dealing with menopause. Again, fellas, this is something that is difficult to deal with because in your mind, you're still thinking logically. But in her mind, all she's doing is reacting to how she feels. The wine and the ibuprofen, or wine and medication, oh my gosh, this was huge. For me, what I was dealing with, this was huge. So now every time I see a woman who has one of them big ass wine glasses and they're constantly drinking wine, this is something that pops into my mind a lot. Oh my gosh, is she gonna be able to put that bottle down? And how does her cup keep filling up? But I never seen her turn that bottle over. And the biggest thing is, nothing you do helps. It doesn't matter if you help with the kids. It doesn't matter if you wash the dishes. It doesn't matter if you help around the house. We see on the internet with a lot of different women who talk about men who are doing the bare minimum. You guys often hear me say, that is literally everything. What they call the bare minimum is literally everything, because dealing with this woman alone is going to frazzle your mind. It is definitely going to mess with you. Now, there are cons to dating younger women, but the biggest pro about dating a younger woman is she usually looks better. Now, when you're dealing with an older woman, or let me say the difference between the two is you usually have a lot less dating damage and a lot less relationship trauma. When women go through relationships and they end up getting out of those relationships for whatever reason, right? Because now, like, I hear women say that a man was emotionally abusive, or he just wasn't really paying attention, or he just had things that he wasn't doing for her that she wanted done. I'm not hearing he was a cheater. And a lot of times I'm not even hearing that he was actually physically abusive. There are times where I do hear women say that, and every time I hear them say he was physically abusive, I always think to myself, okay, what were you doing? Were you just sitting there like a little princess or a queen? Right? Were you not saying anything, or was this a reaction based on what you did? Now, again, that's me asking a question from experience. Now, the reason why I believe that a woman should marry younger is because when that man is dealing with her going through menopause, he's gonna need those memories of the good times. He's gonna need to know that this woman was a good woman at one particular time, because you are about to meet a new woman. Now, you'll have flashes where you see the old woman and you're like, dang, well, what happened to her? Where did she go? Menopause. Her body is literally saying, mission over. All right, let's get rid of all these eggs. They're no longer needed. And that has an adverse effect on a woman's body and her mind. Again, when you are dealing with a woman who is dealing with menopause, you're going to look at your electric bill like, oh my God, we got to do something about this. This is crazy. I do not want to spend all this money on an electric bill. Then you're also going to notice that she don't give a damn about how cold it is in the house. She doesn't care about how uncomfortable everybody else is, because her body temperature is completely different from everybody else's because of those hot flashes. Now, this is something that a lot of men may not even know actually exists, but because I have a mom, a whole bunch of sisters, and I've dated a lot of women, I can tell you this is something that you will definitely experience. So this is why you guys hear me talk about reinventing yourself, having clarity, being able to see what's going on, and then being able to choose with confidence what you actually want to deal with. This is why I say get your mind, your body, and your finances together, because money doesn't solve all problems, but it does solve some problems, right? Being in shape, there's benefits to it, right? There's a certain lifestyle that you have, and there's a certain standard that you'll hold yourself to when it comes to what you're eating, because you'll realize that you're seeing progress or you're not seeing progress, or you're seeing yourself go in the opposite direction. So working out is highly important. And then of course, the most important thing is your mind. Read, meditate, pray, whatever it takes for you to empower your mind or to get a laser locked in focus. That's what you need to do. I would say read and meditate and pray. Those are the 3 biggest things. But you know what? I got a question for you. What do you think? Have you ever dealt with menopause? Comment your thoughts under this video. Remember, when you are watching this video, these videos, you are becoming the best version of yourself.